Welcome to Powertable on Fabric Plan. In this video, we'll walk you through forms, how to build one, share it with other users, and manage responses. Forms let end users submit data directly into your underlying Fabric SQL database through a shareable link. They're fully customizable, and access can be restricted to specific users on the domain. Forms are created within the Powertable sheet itself, and a single sheet can have multiple forms if needed. We'll use an existing Powertable sheet to create our form. This sheet tracks asset requests. Each row is a request from a user for a new asset. Some columns capture information from the requester, the date, request type, and who's making the request. Others are filled in by the IT team, the status, the asset used to fulfill it, and when it was fulfilled. This makes it a great candidate for a form. End users submit their part without needing to insert rows into the table directly. Forms are found under the Setup tab in the toolbar. When we create a new form, the form builder opens with a default layout containing every field in the table. From here, we can choose which fields to include and configure the form's details. The Form Setup panel on the right lets us set a title and description, both visible to end users when the form loads. We can also hide the title, toggle the logo on or off, limit responses to one per user, and set a custom message that appears on submission. We can customize the form by choosing exactly which fields to expose to end users. Fields like fulfilled asset, fulfilled date, and status are handled by the IT team, not the requester, so we remove them, keeping the form focused on what the end user actually needs to fill in. If a field was removed by mistake or needs to be added back later, we can bring it back into the form using the Add Field option. We can also organize fields by grouping them logically using the Add Group option. We decide how the groups are structured, and fields can be arranged within them using drag and drop. With the group in place, we drag and drop the fields we want into it. We can also reposition fields and groups within the form the same way, just drag and drop. In the same way, we can set up additional groups and organize the remaining fields across them. Once the form is set up the way we like, we can click Preview to see exactly what end users will see. When we're ready, we click Save. At this point, we can also specify whether the form is accessible to everyone in the domain or restricted to specific users. We can also set an expiry date to limit how long the form stays active. From here, we generate a shareable link that other users can use to access the form and submit their responses. We can also generate multiple links using the Share button, each with its own expiry date and its own set of users who can access it. When users open the shared link, this is what the form looks like on their end. Notice that fields tied to lookup columns on the table are still selectable via a drop-down within the form as well. On submission, users see the custom response message we set up earlier. The data is written directly to the database, and when we navigate to the Asset Request Powertable sheet and refresh, the new row is right there. We can also use a custom form to insert rows into the table directly from within the Powertable sheet. To do this, we toggle the Set as Default Form Editor option. Back in the Powertable sheet, we also need to enable the Insert Using Form by Default option under Insert Row. Now, every time we insert a new row, the form editor slides in, and we can enter values right from the form we created. That's Forms in Powertable, from building and customizing a form to sharing it with users and managing responses. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.